I got everything laid out. Yo, man, cut that off and hand me those papers over there. Oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily, where you get highly classified documentations from your boy, Sean Blasey. Ha ha ha. But ain't nothing funny though. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. There's illusions of the grand design. People play the game of pure evil to disguise the truth. The lies hidden in plain sight. Hip hop artists claiming to be something that they really not, just to give off a persona, to fool the masses to make multiple dollars, but in the process wind up losing their lives all under the illusion within the grand design of the elite powers that's willing to pay these individuals to sacrifice their own people in order to sacrifice themselves in the end. All for the love of money, for a chance of stardom, fame, to be recognized by the ills of life, conjuring death and exposing people to wickedness for a living. And this may not even be the things that they've faced in their real life, but on the paper route by the Illuminati, the industry has been fluctuated with people willing to sell their souls just to be participants in a fake illusion that's a part of the deception of the grand design. And I say all that to say, Young Dolph might not have been who y'all thought he was. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this highly classified news. I need y'all to pay attention. Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. was born July 27, 1985 in Chicago. His family moved to Memphis, Tennessee when he was 2 years old. He had two sisters and two brothers and was second cousins to rapper Juice WRLD. So let's talk about this real quick. We all know Juice WRLD was heavy into drugs, heavy into the secret societies, heavy into the Baphomet and all of the evil things within the music industry. Young Dolph just so happened to be his second cousin. So y'all know they had a relationship tied into the music industry. Young Dolph didn't speak on Juice WRLD's passing, and I'm about to share with y'all the reason why this man didn't do so. Now, I'm not trying to slander this man, but he was a part of a wicked industry, and I'm about to break down the illusion that was put on by him, his crew, and a whole lot of other rappers out there, and it leads to death. So let's go ahead and get back into this, man. He was second cousins to rapper Juice WRLD, mostly raised by his grandmother. Dolph's parents experienced addictions to crack cocaine, and he was only see them every few weeks as a child. I know I messed that up. Dolph said that in the community he was from in South Memphis, many of his peers were raised by their grandmothers due to the issues experienced by their parents. He described initially recognizing his grandmother as the meanest mother in the world, explaining, "I didn't get that at the time. All the she was telling you, you get to seeing that when you hit around 15, saying that when he was approached at the age, he began utilizing her teachings throughout his life to be more independent. His grandmother often did not allow Dolph to have friends visit their home, but on occasion, let homeless friends stay with the family. As a teenager, Dolph attended Hamilton High School." Now, you hear about the rough upbringing, raised by his grandmother, just like plenty of people out here was raised by their grandmothers. I need y'all to pay close attention to this. Yo, cut the music off, man. All right, we about to get into some serious stuff. Hold on, Tracy H joined the channel. Tracy, I really do appreciate you. And a couple of people joined the channel. Look, I want to thank all y'all for joining the channel. I really do appreciate y'all. Now, I need y'all to pay attention to this news right here, man. God is my judge is also here, man. Look, I got so much love for y'all, but we got to get into this right now. Listen to this, y'all. Hold up.
I'm saying, and do our thing, do different stuff, but when 12, 13 years old, man, I started wanting money, my own money, not just a little money. I ain't want no candy money. Feel what I'm saying? So 14, 15, hey, I started hustling. 16, I'm full-fledged hustling.
Now listen, this man said when he turned 16 years old, he was full-fledged hustling. At 16. Now, keep that in mind and listen to what else he had to say after he said he started full-fledged hustling at the age of 16.
You know what I'm saying, in the streets. But like my grandma raised me. I always been in the streets and doing my thing, but I always had like a certain amount of respect for life, just period. Like I ain't wanna just be out here hustling but didn't know how to count money, or didn't know how to, man, somebody to come through with something for this number or this and that, or like I want to be able to, I can, whatever any numbers going on in my head, time any number, I know what exactly is, how much I'm finna pay, what I'm finna make, all of it. Feel what I'm saying? So like I was saying, like my grandma raised me. I couldn't drop out of school. That wasn't even an option. You feel what I'm saying? So it like, I had to keep going to school. You know, I wasn't always in school, didn't have the best grade, none of that, but it was just a point I had to make sure I graduated. And like, man, that's the least you can do. You know what I'm saying? For your grandma just raising you, two of your little brother, your mom and dad in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Okay, that's what I needed y'all to hear. And shout out to the new members that joined the channel. But this man said he was full-fledged hustling at 15, but he graduated from high school. Look, man, if you can hustle full time, really be in them streets and graduate from high school, and you posing like the Baphomet in your pictures, and you a part of the illusion of the grand design that's put in place to keep people ignorant, somebody wasn't keeping it all the way real. And that brings me to this, man. And we gonna lead up to his passing. And I'm not trying to dog this man, but he's no longer here. And the foolishness gonna continue. But these people y'all be idolizing, not even who they really claim to be like that. They do it for the fortune and fame. They sell their soul. If you're willing to be a part of this industry that's full of deception, who are you really? Because in Hollywood, in the media, Arnold Schwarzenegger not really the Terminator. Fucking, I don't care who it is on television. That's not who they really are. Because if it was, they would have never made it to television in the first place. Let's just be honest, everybody. Whoever you idolizing and you thinking that, oh, this is the real deal, it ain't. Because if it was the real deal, that motherfucker would have been in jail. Look at this, y'all. Young Dolph admits he signed 2 major record labels. Not just one major deal, but 2 major deals. And the reason why this is important is because Young Dolph claimed to be an independent artist his whole entire career. He claimed to be independent and did it all on his own. But at the same time, I'm about to show y'all, he wasn't only signed to 1 major label, but 2 major record labels, the same as Megan Thee Stallion was at one time. So if you out here lying to the masses, talking about you independent, but you got deals and you in cahoots with 2 major record labels, somebody gunning for your ass, especially if you're not paying these people what the contract says you need to pay. If you're not following the contract and you putting on like you independent, you gonna have some people with a target on your head, man. Now look at this, y'all. In 2008, Young Dolph released his first mixtape, Paper Route Campaign. 2 years later, he formally established his label, Paper Route Empire, in 2010, an independent record label, not affiliated with a major record label, and subsequently released Welcome to Dolph World that same year. With the release of mixtapes High Class Street Music and High Class Street Music Episode 2 in 2011, Dolph began to develop his own rap flow, shifting away from a style similar to Memphis rappers 3 6 Mafia and 8 Ball and MJG. Instead, to a personal style described as ferocious with a magnetic delivery and uniquely deep voice. With Dolph increasing popularity, Memphis rapper Yo Gotti extended him a record deal on Gotti's collective music group label affiliated Epic Records. I'm a little slow. In August 2014, but Dolph declined, preferring to remain independent. Let's skip back over here. Young Dolph admits he signed 2 major record label deals. Let's zoom in on this a little bit so y'all can get a better look at what's going on here. I do apologize. Look, Young Dolph says label issues are preventing him from dropping new music, which is quite the bombshell considering he's always been touted as an independent artist without a major deal. The Memphis rapper made the revelation in a series of tweets he posted between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. The record label been bullshit. They won't let me drop any new music. I knew I should have never signed this motherfucking deal, Dolph wrote. I have a confession. I signed 2 deals in 2018 and signed a deal in 2015. So now that it's out that I'm not some big independent superstar and I've signed 4 deals like everyone else, I wonder if y'all rappers gonna stop hating now. Sorry for shitting on you guys, knowing damn well I got a major label deal. He was going on and on about I'm independent, I'm the man, I did it on my own. But the reason why he was in the position he was in is because he was a part of the system just like everybody else. And with that being said, you got a lot of tempers flaring. Hold on, Faith Keeper is a new member to the group. Thank you so much for joining the channel, my sister. But he was a part of the system just like everybody else, fronting like he wasn't a part of the system. And like I told y'all, man, if he on TV, he got them cameras pointed in front of him, he's not who he's claiming to be. Now, let's move on, y'all, because we got to talk about this part right here. Thornton had 2 children, Trey and Ari, with his partner Mia Jai, and said that he's somewhat strict with his parenting due to his upbringing with his grandmother. He often collaborated with his cousin and fellow rapper Key Glock and was a distant relative of the rappers and singer Juice WRLD, learning of the familial relationship with a later on shortly after his death. Thornton, who was shot outside of a retail store in Hollywood, Los Angeles on September 26, 2017. He was listed in critical condition at the hospital, but within a few hours, doctors said that he was expected to survive. Look, man, a lot of these rappers have near-death experiences. I'm talking about 50 Cent. When he got shot and he came back, a lot of people said that 50 Cent was the devil. And he was brought back to life to cause destruction in the black community. And when 50 came out, people was dying left and right. Young Dolph was in critical condition, but within hours, the doctor said that he was going to live. Now, evil don't die easy. But when you don't pay your debt to the people that's running your career and running your life, and you exposing the truth to the masses, and you speaking on stuff that you're not supposed to be speaking about, when you supposed to be keeping this all a secret, and you starting to tell the truth about your situation, people in power don't want you to start doing that. When Tupac came out with the Illuminati, that was a no-no. You don't make no Illuminati albums exposing people to the grand scheme, the design to keep people ignorant. You don't do that. Let me show y'all something before I get into this next segment. Let me type this in real quick. We got to talk about this, y'all, because this is the easiest way to get taken out of the game. When you start doing stuff like this, you don't do that. Machiavelli, the Don Illuminati. This is before people even knew what that was. And the people in the music industry see you doing this, they're like, oh no, you don't predict yourself like this, because this is what you are. You're sacrificing yourself for a record deal. Now I need y'all to pay attention, because this is gonna tie in to Young Dolph. Let me type this in real quick, y'all, and bear with me. It's only gonna take a second. Young Dolph. Let me type this in, cause y'all, I'm connecting the dots. Talking to my skin. Now we got to get into this Young Dolph song that he released before he passed away, titled "Talking to My Scale." Look at this, y'all. He said, "If I sacrificed myself, will I go to hell? In my trap house counting guala, talking to my scale. My jewelry box having more water than Wisconsin Dells." Now, there's some key words that he said here. If I sacrificed myself, will I go to hell? Why would you ask yourself that question if you haven't already sold your soul and sacrificed yourself for fortune and fame? In my trap house counting guala, talking to my scale. Tupac sacrificed himself. Young Dolph wondering if he gonna go to hell if he sacrificed himself. That's because they are part of this system that gives you all the riches you can imagine, but you gonna have to pay. But if you expose this to the public, you gonna pay sooner than you thought. So I need y'all to look at this. I can't play the volume, but I need y'all to feast y'all eyes on this, man. All right. This is the introduction to Talking to My Scale, the music video. Look at this. Bam. He start off the video in hell already, pledging allegiance to the elite as if they'll spare him. But that's not what happened. Continue on. Now, this is the key. Once it goes into the eye, then that's when the money appears. And if you know anything about this, man, on your dollar bill, you got a pyramid with an eye at the top on your money. So let's look at this one more time. There's the money. And there go Dolph looking at the money. He's counting the money, got the jewelry, got the clothes and everything, but he knows it was a price in order to get these things. Now let's continue on with these lyrics, man. He said, a trap nigga, I count money better than I spell. Came up from nothing, addicted to hustling. Yeah, he my dog, but no, I don't trust him. Now, when he got shot, he was in a bakery with somebody, but the person he was with didn't get shot. The other person got away with no bullets, no nothing, but he was with that dude when he got shot. So this goes back to his lyrics. Yeah, he my dog, but no, I don't trust him. She a bad chick, but I know we just banging. The chick deserve a gold medal the way she suck it. Blue Louis V bucket, my chain too big to tuck it. And this is something else I want to point out before we even get deeper into this. These demon rappers, they make sure they repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. And you thinking to yourself, how come these rappers say the same thing over and over? I'm about to show y'all something. Let me type this in real quick so y'all can get an understanding of why when you listen to a Young Dolph song or anybody's song, they say the same thing over. This whole song is repeating the same thing Addicted to hustling. My blunt's the size of Biggie. Spending paper like Puffy. She F with me, then she lucky. Yeah, she got that super sloppy. I call that bitch yucky. And within the same verse, he just got done saying this chick deserve a gold medal the way she suck it. Louis V bucket, my chain too big to tuck it. And it's going to continue. It's like a loop. This is why they do this, y'all. It's called hypnotizing minds. They put you under hypnosis so you have a one-track mind. And that's why you got so many black people out here talking about get money. Get money. It's all about getting money. Get into the bag. Let's get the money. Get the money. Get to the bag. Gotta get the money. Gotta get it over and over and over again, turning your ass into a slave because you can't think outside of this box that's been designed for you to think within. Money, 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 getting head, and banging chicks and wearing Louis Vuittons because of hypnotizing minds. And let me explain something to y'all. Hypnotized Mind is an American record label created by DJ Paul and Juicy J of 3-6 Mafia. Like I told y'all, look at the symbol for hypnotized minds. They're hypnotizing you, and the clock, the Grim Reaper is holding the clock with his sickle. It's a matter of time before this all catches up with your ass. We gonna hypnotize you until you die eventually from this. It's an industry of death. You know what I'm saying? And 3-6 Mafia is self-explanatory. 3-6 Mafia, also known as 666 Mafia, an American hip hop group from Memphis, Tennessee, the same place Young Dolph is from. And like I pointed out to y'all earlier, when he first started rapping, Young Dolph was rapping like 3-6 Mafia and 8 Ball and MJG. Look at this, y'all. He shifted away from a style similar to Memphis rappers, 3-6 Mafia and 8 Ball and MJG. So this is why he continues to repeat the same thing over and over in order to hypnotize your ass. Now, let's get back into his music video because y'all ain't seen the brunt of the evil that this man was putting out there. And the elite don't like this whatsoever. Look at this, y'all. He count his money. He pledging allegiance, and now he's in hell. Y'all see that? I know this shit creepy, but this just the reality of it. He understand the full extent of what he got himself into. That money, that jewelry bring you to hell, and he wants y'all ass to come with him. And the lyrics said, if I sacrifice myself, will I go to hell? Y'all keep on listening to this stuff, man, if that's what y'all want to do. But I'm trying to tell y'all, you're playing with fire because these people, these black brothers out here in the music industry done sold all the way out. And they ain't even about that, what they've been talking about. Got all of y'all fooled. But that's the whole part. That's what the devil does. If it's not about trickery and fooling you into believing something that's not true, then what's the point in even being evil? You know, if it's the truth, then that would make them positive people if it's the truth. But this shit that they be displaying is not even the truth. It's for money. Hold on. Something happened real fast right there. Y'all see that? The crosses that pop up. Now, they flash in there really, really fast. Red crosses at that. And there's some symbolism behind that. He's sending you a message from hell, and the money is stacked up. Like they say, you can't take it with you when you die. This man believes, look at hold on, y'all got to see this. The symbolism of the devil in the back. Y'all see that? The devil with the wings in front of the cross. Then there's another image of the devil with snakes intertwined. And this is in this man's music video. The money stacked up in hell. And that's where he at. Creepy. Looking at the camera, not blinking, just hypnotizing your mind. Hold on, there was another flash that went by. Your mind seen it, but they don't want you to catch it. But I'm about to catch it for y'all so y'all can see what y'all playing with out here. Hold on. Look at this. The devil in like a scene out of Spawn. People in hell, the devil's there. It's sickening, y'all. Hold up. This boy, let's continue. And notice how they flash these images so fast to where your mind can't even perceive what you're looking at. While he's counting his money and flashing his jewelry. Where y'all think this stuff come from, man? The symbolism, the hand symbolism, pledging allegiance to the elite. Now you see these rappers with all this money, all these girls, all this jewelry, it's handed to them directly from the devil. This industry will provide you with all of the trickery to fool people into believing the hype. Type this in real quick. Y'all gotta see this, man. Y'all gotta see this. Because these hand symbols that these people be throwing up is to show the people in power that they with the program. And you see familiar symbols over and over. You got Warren Buffett throwing up the rock, and he ain't signed to no damn Rockefeller Records. I'm looking for a specific one that I want to show y'all that these rappers continue to do. Hold on, let me type this in real quick, because y'all got to see this stuff before I get into the sacrifice aspect of all of this, man. Now here go Prodigy pointing upward at the people in power, the people at the top of the pyramid. That's who they pointing to, pledging their allegiance to these groups, man. And you see this all the time, throwing up their devil horns. I mean, I can go on and on. Lil Baby with the one eye with the devil horns, letting y'all know that he a part of the group. And your boy Young Dolph is right here pointing at the top. He ain't pointing nowhere else but to the elites. Let's continue on with this, man. He's scary. Now, and this is something else I wanted to point out to y'all. This is the kicker. People get on the Kardashians for having black dudes in their circle, but you got to understand, when you reach a certain level, in order to keep you in control, they gonna give you one of these. Because if you with Shaquanda or your sister, she got too much of a religious background, and she ain't gonna be with all that secret society stuff. They try to get you away from the sister as soon as possible, because she gonna tell you about yourself. Like all this devil stuff, that ain't cool. You're gonna have to leave that alone. They gonna hit you with one of these, And they just so happen to be in Young Dolph's music video. And she's behind him like, yep, we got his ass. For all y'all women out there that want these rappers and want these ballers, once they get to a certain status and they get to a certain plateau and they got a certain amount of money in the bank, your ass is obsolete. They on a whole nother playing field. Y'all call Tiger Woods a sellout and y'all talking about OJ Simpson to sell out. But in order to be a part of the group, you got to be a damn sellout. Let's continue. Look at that. They can have whatever they want, spending money, but your baby mama in the project struggling, but you spending all your money on Samantha. Now, it was a lyric that he said right there that was super duper crazy. I need y'all to hear this, copyright or not. Listen at this, what he says in this song, y'all. Yo, cut that music. Listen at this.
I call that bitch yucky. Bitch, don't speak to me in public, bitch.
Let me play that one more time before I explain what the hell is going on here.
Me, then she lucky. Yeah, she got that super sloppy. I call that bitch yucky. Bitch, don't speak to me in public, bitch. Fast.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Don't speak to me in public. So he on the low with his. I don't want them to know that I sold all the way the fuck out, but I did. I still want to keep this street persona and everything, but I'm loving you behind closed doors. Don't speak to me in public though. We got to keep this on the low. These hip hop artists want to make it seem like they so hood and they so down for the cause. But the truth is they don't live none of that. It's strictly to keep your black ass ignorant and in chains. Let's continue, man. Like, look, I'm gonna buy you a girl. Stop. Don't speak to me in public. What you talking about? Look, he's in the car with himself, going where he going. That's what you call being self-centered. When everybody around you, it's all about you. And I know this man done passed on, but the reason why I'm exposing this is because y'all gonna be mourning this man as if he was doing y'all some type of service by putting out this evil. Every time one of these rappers pass away, you gotta understand, when you in that club and you in that group, you don't already sacrifice yourself. And a lot of times they well aware of that. But for the fortune, the fame, the jewelry, the clothes, some people just don't give a damn. Now, I'm showing y'all this for the symbolism because we're going to get back into the industry and everything. But this stuff is completely wicked. Well, damn, who the hell was that? Hold on, y'all. It's another point I want to make. Now, they show the white girls and then, hold on, y'all missed it. Hold on, I'm going to go back, but we're going to continue on. Because there's a part in here that's really, really, hold on. What did that say around his head? Hold on. Look at this, y'all. Now, he got killed at a restaurant. Now he's standing there, same day service, open 24/7. Hold on. I got to get to the real creepy part where he's in hell and he just rapping nonstop. In flames. Y'all gonna have to let me know. And look at this. The elite knows that's where he's going. I can really break this down with the dual energies here. Look, when you talk about the devil. You talking about duality. Devil is to divide. That's where you get the word dev. To everybody have a dual nature. But some people serve the evil side and not the good side. Like you got an angel on one shoulder, you got a devil on the other shoulder. Which one you gonna serve? And that's where these rappers is crossed at. And I'm gonna say this too, since we on the subject. I'm not saying that these people look, I can't even say that they not pure evil. Because you could look in their face and see that they pure evil. And they have no conscience. Now this is another thing in the video that was very, very disturbing. When you in the sunken place and you stuck under there, this symbolism is some real stuff. If you seen the movie Get Out and that man was in the sunken place, it's like he was underwater and he was stuck. Now you seen this man in the video with the white girls and now he's in the sunken place. That's what you call mind control. You don't even know how you got there. You just stuck. You know? And this man was definitely in the sunken place for the money, for the jewelry, for the clothes. And he's letting y'all know this in his music videos, man. Now, with that being said, we don't went through this man selling his soul, rapping in hell, with the white girls in the sunken place. I mean, the symbolism is all the way there, y'all. So let's move on with this segment about the music industry and how they control everything. Now, I told y'all that he was claiming to be independent, but he was signed to 2 major record labels, y'all. The record label been BSing. They want me to drop new music. I should have never signed this effing deal. I have a confession. I signed 2 deals in 2018 and signed a deal in 2015. So now that it's out that I'm not some big independent superstar and I've signed 4 deals like everyone else, I wonder if y'all rappers gonna stop hating now. Dolph's last musical release was a 14-track titled Role Model project. Let's talk about this, man. Why would you put out an album titled Role Model when you ain't no role model to nobody? But the reason why they would do that is because the whole mission is to hypnotize minds. And for the young kids listening, look at me, I'm a role model. Look at me, I'm a role model. While he's programming you to be evil. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, the Role Model project, which he dropped in September 2018. And in iTunes entry for the project, the label was listed as Paper Trail Empire, which is seemingly a joint venture between Dolph's own imprint and independent distributor Empire. Now, let's get into this real quick. This Empire record label. Let's look at this, man. And to Empire. Look, man, I got some heavy documentations for y'all, man, and let's get into it. Now, let's bust this down real quick. Like I said, this man was signed to Empire Records. Look at the artists on Empire. You got D Smoke, Fireboy, 42 Doug, King Von, who recently passed away. Rest in peace to King Von. He was signed to Empire. XXX Tentacion. He was signed to Empire. Rest in peace to him. Got Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Signed to Empire. You got Mo 3. Was signed to Empire. Rest in peace to Mo 3. Who else is it? You got Hobson, Snoop Dogg, Boosie Badass. You better watch your back. Aaliyah signed to Empire. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Got 50 Cent. He done got shot up multiple times. Who else? Ratomi, Mozzie. Ain't Mozzie dead? I could have swore Mozzie. Hold on. Let me double check this before I put that out there. because I could have swore Mozzie passed away. Let me type this in real quick before we get back to this whole slew of artists. Mozzie, rapper. Is Mozzie still alive? Okay, I believe Mozzie is. Oh, let me type this in real quick. Hold on. Sacramento rapper shot dead. Hold on. Mozzie dead. Sacramento rapper shot dead. Rapper Mozzie has been shot. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but from what I'm getting, y'all gonna have to let me know in the comment section. Rapper Mozzie to pay TikTok. I don't know. I ain't gonna stick on this too much, but he was signed to Empire as well. You got Tyga, Iggy Azalea, Freddie Gibbs, Trey the Truth, Shaggy. It's a whole bunch of people signed to Empire, man. And half of these people don't already checked out before they could even, get that famous. But let's get back into this real quick. Yeah, he was signed to Empire along with all them other people. Back in 2017, he discussed his independent status on the Breakfast Club and revealed that he was open to eventually signing with a major. But he was already signed to multiple majors. He said, they can look at me and be like, damn, we ain't gotta be in a rush to sign the deal, Dolph said. We might get hot first and we can just go crazy, have our structure right, have our whole businesses and everything right, and really get our money and be prepared when it comes. It's different now. The whole game is different now. You got to know how to take advantage of it. All deception, y'all. And with that level of deception, you got to keep the ball rolling. You can't not keep it rolling. You got to keep people believing all of the stuff that you putting out there. So people make it seem like this was some type of street beef, or it was some cats. Look, if they wanted him, they would have been got him in the streets. But this situation right here, me personally, I don't know about y'all. Y'all gonna have to let me know. That's why the question is, was Young Dolph sacrificed by the music industry? I think he sacrificed himself, because that's what he said. I'm just going off of his lyrics. It was a done deal when it started. If I sacrifice myself, will I go to hell in my trap house, counting guala, talking to my scale? And the symbolism with the scale, people think you're talking about a triple beam. But the truth is, when you in this type of club and you in this type of group, a scale can mean something completely different. And I'm about to share that with y'all real quick, man. Hold on, let me show y'all something. When you talking about a scale, you trying to weigh the pros and cons of your life, good and evil. This is the scale. When you pass away and you being judged, you're gonna be judged in front of a scale, man. Let me show y'all something. Let me type this in real quick. Judge. Hold on, I messed that up. I got it though. Let's get into it, man. No, I gotta put in this real quick. Bear with me, cause I'm trying to drop some gems on y'all real quick. Look, man, let me show y'all something. They believe that when you pass, you're going to be judged in front of a scale. And it's going to weigh your heart. And it's going to weigh everything that you done did in your life. If it was good or bad, that's going to determine where you going to go when you leave here. And they always with the pyramid and throwing up the eye. So it all goes back to Egypt, which ain't necessarily an evil thing. But if you don't know no better, anything could be evil. So when this man says that If I sacrifice myself, will I go to hell? In my trap house counting squilla, talking to my scale. That's the scale right there, man. And everybody gonna be judged. So rest in peace to Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to throw no dirt on this man's name, but for the people that's still living, just remember what I said, man. If a mother in front of a camera, then therefore he is not who he's portraying to be. It's all an illusion. Look at this. Paper Trail Illuminati. He got from December 8th, 2019 to Wednesday, November 17th, 2021 is 1 year, 11 months, and 10 days. From Friday 30th to 2021 to Wednesday, November 17th, 111 days. From September. So when you do the math on all of this, it's entirely, all of this is evil. And these people in the music industry ain't even got enough smarts to know what they're getting into. Travis Scott didn't have all that stuff planned out by himself. They just put in place to let this stuff go on. And they just the sacrificial lambs in all of this. And Young Dolph was in too deep. And that's what happened. So look, man, be careful what you into or what you willing to do for fortune and fame, because when it all comes back to bite, man, it's a sad situation, man. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. I got so much love for y'all. I'm about to get out of here because I can go on and on. But this man passed away. And hopefully his soul is in a better place. And I want to say a prayer for his family, his friends, his loved ones. But look, evil is evil. And this man sitting on the throne like the Baphomet with one hand up, the same symbol as the devil. Then, hey, man, that's the life you chose. And it is what it is. I got so much love for y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button, y'all. Don't forget to show me some love. And hit that Cash App too, $Sean Blaze. Dots. Got so much love for y'all. And for all y'all beautiful ladies and the people that join the channel, man, I got so much love for y'all. I'ma holla at y'all on the next one. You already know why I do this, baby.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.
Sean got the jocks. I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail